Hello, everyone. How you doing? It's Dave Bondy, keeping it real. We like to have some positive news every once in a while, and that's what we're doing now. I'm talking to 15-year-old Ari. Say your last name again.
Kashara.
Shara. That's easy. Okay, I should have just
Yeah.
tried it. I would have got it right. So you're in Freeland, Michigan, 15 years old, and you've
Yep.
already accomplished more in your life than a lot of people. A lot of people have a dream of being an author. You're an
But
author.
yeah, I am. That
How well, let me bring up on the screen real quick and you can explain what we're looking at here. This is your website, but
yes.
explain what you have written. What is this?
Oh boy, that is a huge can of worms you're opening there.
Let's start it out. What is the genre? What if people want to read what you're writing,
Okay.
what will they be reading?
Well, I'm gonna I'm gonna name off some genres and topics here, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's military, there's alternative history, fantasy, war, steampunk, sci-fi, all that. It's a it's a large conjumbled kind of a mess. I wouldn't say a mess, but there's a lot to it. Like I've been working on this since August of 2021.
Wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't until recently when the book finally came out. There were a lot of things I tried and it didn't work. So I didn't actually go to publishment first. I
So who would like this? What type of are all those genres you mentioned, would all of those people enjoy this book?
it depends really. Like it depends because there's a lot of different subgenres to those said genres. You get what I mean? Like there's a
Yeah.
different directions that they go in and everything. But the publishers did say that fans of Star Wars would really like this. So that is a good thing to bring up. Though in this one, it's they don't really use lasers as in they do in Star Wars. In fact, they actually just use bullets. Like they use larger bullets or titanium bullets.
Okay. I like
And keep going, keep going.
Oh, I say I like this. By the way, for anyone watching, I'm going to put a link to your website on the video. So if they want to learn more, they can just go ahead and click. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, that's nice. Thank you.
As
But
you said, how did you get this idea? Like you're 15. When I was 15, I wanted to be on the TV news, and I did that. Not that young though, but when out of college. But you're doing this at age 15. How did it start? Like, did you always want to write a book?
no, definitely not. Definitely not. I remember in my early years, I was like, man, books are stupid. Yeah. And so I was always big into video games, right? Huge into video games. And I also played tackle football in my youth years from third to eighth grade. I
Okay.
kind of just opt out of it after middle school because I was like, in high school, I was like, I'm not going to do this. It's a lot of work, right? And I
True.
was morally focusing now on the writing books part. Now, it was really, how do I put this? I'd always had this very creative imagination. I could come up with stuff like that, right? So
Nice.
I'd always be telling my mom all these different things, and she's like, write it down, write it down, write it down, write it down.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't write it all down right away, right? But I then come up with this like new universe, right? This new sci-fi alternative timeline, etc., right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, okay, I want to get this out to people. How am I going to do it? And I remember those times when my mom would just say, write it down. And I'm now thinking to myself, I'm asking some friends, what if I wrote a book? And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, like, I don't care. You do you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, screw it, why not? And in early November of 2021 was when I started writing this novel. I finished writing it around March of 2022. And then we actually contacted the publishers in July of last year.
How tough is that to get like people want to do this, but they figure it's impossible to get like a publish. How does that to go? Like, do your mom, your family, do you just send letters out? How do you get a publisher?
Well, you see, my mom emailed them and
Okay.
requested them. So
Okay.
I think they just kind of do it. They do it for a price. It actually costed us like over $5,000 to get this thing published.
Damn.
Yeah. Uh, though I do have to thank my well, my late grandfather David, right? He passed away last year, but what I do have to thank him for was that his property we sold it, and my mom used the funds from his sold property to help publish my book, and hopefully this can get my life, well, not my life, but hopefully this can set up my future for a career.
That's
You know?
awesome.
Yeah.
So how are how things going? What's the feedback from people?
So far, I haven't really seen much because it was literally recently released, like just a month ago. Like it actually
Oh,
became, yeah.
brand new. Okay.
We've had 40 sales in person, right? And 2 known sales online, but we don't know the exact sale count until the end of this month or the beginning of August because Friesen Press will give us the, you know, sales count and everything. But
Yeah.
we are actually sponsoring the Freeland football teams this coming year. So hopefully that gets us some good advertising. And I remember, do you know of Freeland's Walleye Festival?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. During Walleye Festival, I have to thank the store owner of Kara at Super Q. I don't know if you know her,
I
but
don't.
yeah. But basically, she allowed me to set up some booth with my mom outside of there, and we would hand out these flyers and everything with some candy and glow sticks and everything. What this would do is these flyers would tell us everything about the book. We also allowed signatures so that we could contact people with their email address, right?
Nice.
And this got us some good marketing during the Walleye Festival when a lot of people were coming in. And my mom also made a promotional video for it too.
Nice. Well, I'm going to help. I'm going to put it out on my Facebook and even TikTok. Yeah, that's crazy, but Facebook's good because you can put a link with stuff. I like it
Yeah.
on that. Any advice you'd have to, heck, even adults? Because I'm 48 years old, but there's adults that think about writing a book and they give up because they're like, oh, they don't even know how to do it. It's so difficult.
Well,
What advice do you have for people?
it depends on the topic that you're writing about because I've written about fiction, right? So if you're gonna write something about your life story or whatever, or like a historical event, then it's kind of like, I don't know how to help you there.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna write about fiction, here's what I will say: you got to start out slow in the beginning, right? Now you can always start off with a bang, right? That is possible. That is possible.
Yeah.
But you don't want to keep it fast the entire time. If you keep the pace fast, how do I put this? There's no momentum, there's nothing, and the readers just get used to it, and eventually it becomes boring.
Yeah.
You start slow in the beginning, and that will be boring. Trust me, I know it. It is very boring to start out slow in the beginning, but
Yeah.
eventually you will get to the middle part where you actually like writing it because you begin to get invested in your own story.
Wow. Is this so obviously now a lot of your work's going to be to marketing and get this out there.
Yeah,
That's what and you're going back to school soon, right?
yeah. In a month, and I'm not excited. I
Yeah.
don't like school.
Well,
This is my bad. You keep going.
no, there's an entrepreneur, Gary V. I don't know if you know the name, but he is someone who said you do what you're best at. Like I don't usually give my opinion, but my wife went to a trade school. She never went to college. She went to a school to cut hair. You do with what you're a good at. So,
Yeah,
I mean, for some people, school, even college is great, like a doctor or a lawyer, but
yeah,
you already have the vision and creativity. I don't think people cannot teach well probably what you have in your brain. It's hard to teach that.
Oh, it is. I remember in my younger years, right? I didn't understand how other people weren't as creative as mine. Like I was just like, how can you not come up with stuff? I can do that, right?
Yeah.
So I remember always like I have my little brother Zachary, right? I remember was like, come on, Zachary, come up with something. Come up with something. Come up with it with me. And he was like, I don't know what to come up with, dude. I just didn't understand at the time because I was like, I can do this. Why can't other people do it?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sound self-centered there, but
But yeah,
that's
you
just
just
kind
thought
of like,
everyone was like that, you thought. Just yeah,
yeah, I actually thought that everybody was like that, that everybody could just come up with stuff like that.
I love you. Okay, well, I just wanted to get you out there and the best what if someone's watching this and they do want to order or get can they do it on the website?
I believe you can, but
Yeah.
if you cannot, it's available on Amazon for the United States, not Canada yet, but it's also available on the Friesen Press bookstore.
Okay, but it sounds like I'm looking at the website here. You scroll down, they have we're email. So if they don't know what to do, they could probably just email you, and you'll your
Email me
mom,
or my mom, yeah.
and they'll and
So
because it looks right here where you can submit it, and I bet that probably goes right to you and your mom probably.
yeah, it does.
And that's you. Oh, look at you. You're looking. Look at that. The picture
Yeah,
they got there.
I took that photo in October of 2022.
Nice. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna get going. I appreciate you taking the time, and I will send you a link, YouTube link
Yeah.
out of this, and just thank your mom and thank you and good luck, and hopefully this
All right.
helped.
Thank you, dude.